Hi everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, Glam By Sam. For today's video, we are going to be playing with the new Charlotte Tilbury Instant Eye Palette in Smokey Eyes Are Forever. This is new for the holidays of 2021. It actually launched a little while ago, and if you saw my last video, you know that I mentioned that I really wanted to pick this up. It was on my holiday wish list, but if you guys didn't know, I actually started my job at Charlotte Tilbury and I was gifted this, and I'm so excited to finally own this. I'm really excited to try it out, and of course all opinions are still going to be my own. I'm going to give you guys my honest thoughts on this palette, but I'm really excited to play with this on camera with you guys today, share some information about the palette, and also share my thoughts. So I think without further ado, if you want to see what I think about this new Charlotte Tilbury Holiday palette, then please keep watching. To start, a little bit of information about this palette. As you can see, this is what the outer packaging looks like. We basically have this like shiny black packaging with this gold detail, and I personally think this looks really pretty. This palette has an 18-month shelf life and it is made in Italy, in case anyone is interested. So like I said, this is called the Instant Eye Palette in Smokey Eyes Are Forever, and I'm just going to show you what the actual palette looks like because that is what we're all here for. The packaging itself is just this really sleek black packaging. As you can see, it does not have the like gold detailing that the outer packaging does, but I personally think it looks really sleek and fancy. So just to show the outer packaging, this is what that looks like. We just have this sleek black packaging, like I said, and if you do see some white things in this packaging, then that is actually the reflection of my studio lights. I personally really like this packaging. I think it looks really fancy and it is perfect for the holidays. The back just has some information about the product. So as you can see, it is pretty much the same as the Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. This is just like a rose gold and then this is a black, but like the idea is the exact same. The Pillow Talk also comes with 12 different shades, and if you guys watch my videos, you know this is one of my favorite palettes. I just think this formula is really nice. I love the like variety of looks you can create with this, and I love how it's still like all a sort of like monochromatic look. So I really enjoy this Pillow Talk one. Definitely one of my favorites in my collection, so that makes me even more excited to play with this black one. Now, like I just said, the Instant Eye palettes have 12 different shades. And basically how this works is you get 3 different shades per look. So we have the Love Eyes, we have the Power Eyes, the Happy Eyes, and then the Confident Eyes. Now of course you can actually mix and match between these shades. I do that all the time with my Pillow Talk eye palette. But it's nice to know that when you're maybe in a hurry or you don't really know what looks to do, you don't really know which eyeshadows to reach for, you just have like basically 4 different looks in this palette. And that is also the reason why I love her quads. You basically have a pre-made look for you, and it's just really convenient to work with. So I want to show you a close-up of what it looks like. So here we have the palette. As you can see, we have 12 gorgeous shades, and just like the Pillow Talk palette, it's always so hard to show this on camera because it is so reflective. But that being said, I do think the packaging is super pretty and I really like the shades as well. I think today I'm just going to mix and match. I'm really drawn to this like Love Eye side, this trio right here, but I feel like I need a little bit more depth. So I'm just going to mix and match and see if we can sort of create a really pretty pinky brown toned eye look. I think that would be really pretty for today's look. So I think without further ado, we should just get started with applying the shadows to the eyes and see what this actually looks like on. So I've zoomed you guys in, which is always super charming, I know, but it's easier to see what I'm doing. So I'm ready to put these shades on my eyes. I'm so excited to try this out. I always love Charlotte Tilbury palettes and I literally cannot wait to play with this. So let's get started. First, taking this big fluffy brush, I'm going to go in the prime shade from the Love Eyes trio. So this is a matte sort of like cream shade, and I'm just going to take this and apply it all over the lid so we have a nice matte base going on. I always like to prime my eyelids so they're ready for all the shadows that's going on top, and in that way they also have a more like even color. So that is what I'm doing. So far I'm not noticing any fallout, also no kick up in the pan, so that is really positive already. Next, I'm taking this matte shade here from the Power Eyes trio and I'm going to apply that in the crease with that same brush. This is a really pretty sort of taupe shade with a slight green undertone. Looks really pretty. And also no kick up in the pan. These shades are so creamy. And I'm blending this up towards the brow. Then I'm taking a different blending brush and I'm just going to blend that all out so we have no harsh lines. And right here under the brow, I'm going to add a little bit more of that lighter beige shade. So I'm just sort of doing circular motions and just blending this all out towards the brow and kind of lifting it up here. So that is what that shade is looking like. As you can see, it's sort of like a really pretty brown taupey shade with a green undertone. I think it's really, really pretty. Now taking this flat shader brush, I'm going to go in the brown here from the Confident Eye Trio, the middle one right there. And what I'm going to do is pack this on this brush. And then I'm literally going to press it in a sort of like diagonal line right here in the outer corner and then slightly diffusing it. And I'm also bringing it towards the crease. Like that, and then taking this blending brush again, I'm just going to blend that all out. And Charlotte Shimmer shades, the enhanced shades, you can actually also put in the crease, but for today, for some reason, I was just feeling a matte eye look with, of course, a shimmer on the lid, so I'll apply shimmer on the lid in a bit. But for the crease, I just wanted to keep it matte because I'm actually going to have a pretty long day today and I want to make sure my eyeshadow stays on as best as possible, so that's why I am using mattes today. But you can actually totally apply the enhanced shade in the crease as well. It's actually really pretty. I love doing that, especially with my exaggerate quad. It just makes a really pretty, like, glowy Charlotte Tilbury eye look, and I really like that. Then I'm taking a bit more of that taupey shade on my brush and just blending that through the crease just to blend everything together. And you want to make sure when you're blending eyeshadows that you're not putting too much pressure when you're blending, because that's going to make the blend a bit more harder. If you just use a very, very light pressure, then that is going to give the prettiest blend. Taking this eye smudger brush from Charlotte Tilbury, I'm just going to take a bit more of that taupe shade and put it on the lower lash line. So I'm just starting here and then I'm like bringing it to the lower lash line. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but I want to use the tiniest bit of this warm shade here, just because I really want to apply the Pillow Talk liner in the bed and I feel like I need some more warmth for that. So I'm just like really slightly tapping this on the outer corner. And as you can see, that immediately brings some more warmth to the eye look, even though we only applied a little bit. So far all the shade blended really well. I am very impressed as always. It kind of like feels the same as the Pillow Talk Instant Eye palette. I believe we have like 6 different textures in here, so that's pretty interesting as well. You notice some shimmers are a bit more firmly pressed in the pan and others are a bit more creamy. So now I have to decide which shades I want to apply to the lid, which is going to be super difficult because all these shimmers look so pretty. I think I'm going to start with applying this shimmer right here, and this is a really pretty sort of like light pinky shade. Looks absolutely stunning, sort of has a purple shift to it, so I really want to try that. I'm just going to use my finger. That actually looks like a really pretty rose gold. I'm just going to press this on the lid. Now I want to apply this shade here from the Love Eyes because it's a lot creamier and I want to see what that different type of formula does. So I'm just going to apply this on top, and right off the bat I'm noticing that this shimmer is actually more intense than that first one. This is more of like a pinky rose gold and the other one had like a slight purple shift to it. Both are really, really pretty, but this one is a bit more creamy and metallic, I would say, whereas the other one is a bit more like kind of foiled, if that makes sense. And it's not as creamy, but it is pretty, of course, as well. But I think I prefer this shade. Then taking this small brush, I'm going to take this shade from the Love Eyes and I want to apply that to the inner corner and underneath the brow bone, depending how it actually looks. This one has a bit more fallout. As you can see, this type of formula is a bit more glittery than the other one. It is really pretty, but just be aware that it is going to be more glittery. If you want to have that more like metallic look, then I would recommend using one of the creamier shimmers. But if you want sort of like a topper shade, then I think this one would be really pretty. It is very pigmented though. It's just a bit more glittery. It has more fallout, but still gorgeous. I really like how this is looking. I think it's really pretty. So now off camera, I'm going to apply my Pillow Talk eyeliner, which is a really pretty shade you'll see in a bit. And then I'm also going to apply some mascara. And then I'll be back with my final thoughts on this Smokey Eyes Are Forever Instant Eye Palette from Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm back. I have applied my Pillow Talk eyeliner and then also some mascara. As you guys know, I don't have the best lashes, but I'm really impressed by this palette. I really like how this look turned out. For me, this is like a typical Charlotte Tilbury palette. Her formula feels the same as her other ones. If I compare it, for instance, to like the Pillow Talk Instant Eye palette, it blends really easy. It's so easy to work with. I like that we get like 4 different looks basically to create, but still, if you see this palette like as a whole, it still looks really like cohesive. And it doesn't look like there's random shades thrown in here. I feel like this is a really thought out color story. I feel like everyone would have an eyeshadow in here that they would like, and that is just why I think this palette is really nice. It's really versatile. You can do like a green look, you can do a smoky look. Of course, you can also use the black here with all of the other trios to smoke the look out, since it is called the Smokey Eyes Are Forever palette. So I just feel like, especially for the holidays, this is going to be a staple in my collection, but of course I will continue to use it throughout the year because I feel like these shades are really wearable. So that is my opinion on this palette. It is an expensive palette as it retails for 75 euros, but I've never been disappointed by a Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette. For me, they're always worth the money because I'd rather pay a bit more for eyeshadows that really blend well, that work well, that make me happy, and I get super happy playing with this palette. I cannot wait to do more looks with this. So if you guys actually want to see a 3 looks 1 palette with this, then definitely let me know as well, because I can totally do that. I think it'd be so fun to like play with the other shades in the palette as well. So that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I would love to hear in the comment section what you think about the Charlotte Tilbury palette. And also, have you tried Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows? What do you think about her formula and quality in general? I would love to know your opinion as well. And if you did enjoy this video or the eye look, then I would absolutely love it if you gave it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my videos. All of these things would help me so much with my channel, and I'd really appreciate it. But with that said, thank you guys all so much for watching. I really hope you have an amazing day, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!